I want you to take a mental look at your company's payroll this month. Look at the names at the top of the list. You've got your senior analysts, your operations directors, your financial controllers, your supply chain managers. You hired these people for their experience. You pay them £80,000, £100,000, or even £120,000 a year to forecast market trends, to mitigate commercial risks, and to steer the strategic direction of your business. That's what their job title says. But if we were to walk onto your operations floor and look closely at what they're actually doing between 8:30 a.m. and 11 a.m. every morning, we'd see a very different reality. I guarantee you, a shocking percentage of your most expensive talent is secretly functioning as highly paid data entry clerks. They're sitting in front of their 3 monitors. On one screen, they're exporting a CSV from a legacy CRM. On the second screen, they're pulling logistics data from a warehouse portal. And on the third screen, they are pasting all of that fragmented information into a massive, sprawling Excel spreadsheet, running complex macros just to tell the board what happened yesterday. This isn't an isolated IT problem. It is a massive, silent, operational crisis. You're bleeding wasted intellectual capital, and you're paying a premium executive wage for basic administrative work. So why does this happen in so many successful multi-million-pound firms? It happens because of data silos in the enterprise. Over the last decade, your company has grown and you've acquired different software systems to solve different problems. But often those software systems were never designed to talk to each other. When your core enterprise data architecture is disconnected, humans inevitably have to become the bridge. We recently audited a particularly successful company, a leader in their sector. On paper, their margins looked really, really good. But beneath the surface, their operations team was spending 18 hours every single day, spread out across multiple staff members. And they were spending this time just manually building reports to keep the business running. 18 hours every day. Think about the psychology of that for a moment. You're taking your brightest, most ambitious talent and you're crushing their morale with mindless administrative drag. They're burning out, not because the work is so hard, but because the work is just tedious. And beyond the employee burnout, consider the commercial risk. Human bridges are inherently fragile. What happens when the one specific analyst who built that sprawling Excel sheet goes on holiday? Or worse, what happens when someone makes a single fat finger error, drags a formula down one row too far, and suddenly your executive board makes a £500,000 decision based on corrupted data? The instinct in many mid-market firms is to treat this as a resourcing issue. The board sees the team struggling with Excel reporting bottlenecks, so they authorize the hiring of 2 more junior administrative staff to handle the data entry. However, adding more people to a broken process doesn't solve the problem, it just scales the inefficiency. The fix isn't hiring more admins, the fix is connecting the data. At the Virtual Forge, we engineer human intervention entirely out of the reporting pipeline. For the client I just mentioned, we didn't sell them a multi-million-year digital transformation. We didn't replace their core systems. Instead, we audited their disconnected tech, we built secure, modern data pipelines, and we engineered a bespoke automated workflow that sat right on top of their existing infrastructure. That 18-hour daily reporting nightmare, it now takes 15 minutes. It runs automatically, in real time, with 0 human error. We didn't just throw them a better dashboard, we gave them back their most expensive resource, their time. We returned 18 hours of intellectual capital to the business every single day, allowing their senior leaders to actually do the jobs they were hired to do and the jobs they want to do. In business, there is an inflection point where the cost of paying people to manage broken systems finally outweighs the cost of automating them. You might not be at that inflection point yet. If your team is only spending 20 minutes a week compiling a report, then it might make commercial sense to just let them keep doing it. Let that process grow. But if you're losing hours every day to manual workarounds, you need an honest review of your systems.